Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me again is my guy Dabby Cab. Dabby Cab, on the eve of one of your favorite days of the year, I'm sure, just to fill those stereotypes. How are you doing?
Good, man. Well, I'm excited for tomorrow because we're gonna do the playback. Get in
Mm,
there. Everybody can join us. Get real high. But
Company man Cab. Look at that plugs out of way.
it's gonna be a good time. So it's an easy plug. Make sure and bring some green and come in there and watch some baseball with us. We'll live bet it, get high, and make some money.
Yeah, and you guys can join us on screen if you want. We might kick you off after a little bit if you get a little annoying or whatever, but we'll definitely say hello, say what's up. It'll be a fun time nonetheless. Playback.tv/Pub Sports Radio. All right, Dabby Cab. It has been a shit show of a baseball season for me, but we'll keep pressing on. We've had worse months in our lives, thankfully, in our lives, and we've had better ones. So we're going to keep pushing. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to break down a little 4-game night slate that we've got here. Unfortunately for me, all teams, well, I should say, I guess all AL East teams, first of all. So I know them all well. And I wanted to keep today light on the bets, but I ended up making 3 bets today here.
Okay.
I even added one, so let's see what we do here for sure. But let's start with Baltimore Orioles, Washington Nationals. Maybe the least appealing of the games here. Kyle Bradish versus Mackenzie Gore. And obviously, for me, this was just another Orioles spot. I lost in the Orioles last night. Another 1-0 that I just continue being on the wrong sides of. This time I had a team total, unfortunately, so it wasn't as bad as having like first 5 and losing 1-0 that I've lost 4 of those in the last 2 days, which have not been fun. But I do believe in Kyle Bradish. I think he's a good pitcher, but ultimately I didn't want to bet on him coming off of his first start off of the IL. He got hit in the foot with a comebacker, and then Tyler Wells had to come in. We all remember that. It was early on in the season. And, low key, I think the Orioles kind of just sent him onto the IL to bring up Grayson Rodriguez, too, to have that roster spot. And now that he's kind of settled in, now they have their whole pitching staff there. So I do lean towards the Orioles, even though Mackenzie Gore has been fairly decent this year as well. He's had 3 starts, 2 earned runs has been the max he's given up in both of his last 2 starts. So he's been pretty impressive. And shockingly enough, you can't say this about National starting pitchers often. 2 of the 3 starts they've won when he's on the mound. So I passed. We'll be interested to see here how it goes for Kyle Bradish, but I definitely lean towards first 5 -0.5 there for the Baltimore Orioles. Dabby Cab, what do you have on this one?
Man, this game right here, if you look at Baltimore, Gore, like you said, he's had some success early in those first few games, but he's walked 4 batters in 2 of his last 3 starts this season. He's bailed himself out with some strikeouts, but this is a Baltimore lineup that has some power throughout it, and I don't think you can be giving up those free bases. They're going to come back to haunt him here, I think. So yeah, I'd lean Orioles here too, but this is not a game that I'm betting.
Fair enough. No, I definitely don't blame you there. Shout out to everyone in the chat. As always, shout out to Victor with the chat that made me chortle there. Shout out to you, Vic, of course, producer of the defunct Daily Sesh, but we appreciate that as well. Shout out to Vic. Let's move on to our next game here, and shout out to everyone that's been cashing all morning today. A lot of good baseball games going on, especially if you're on the winning sides of them. Red Sox versus the Twins here, Dabby Cab. And you'll be shocked to hear my bet on this one, Dabby.
Well, I don't think I will, but I want to hear why. Give me some good reasoning.
So everyone knows I love Joe Ryan. He's one of my favorite pitchers.
But you love Boston more, so you bet Boston.
So I love Joe Ryan. I actually went against him last start too and fucking regretted it because fucking Johnny Butto, whatever his name is, Burrito. I forgot. I'm mixing up Jose Butto and Johnny Burrito. Shout out to him. 11-0 whooping or whatever it was. But I went against him then, got my ass kicked by Johnny. And I'm going against him here. I am a little concerned because, he's had 2 starts against the Red Sox, and the start against the Red Sox early in the season last year at the Red Sox was the start that I realized, like, wow, this guy's actually really good. And that's when I started betting him last year. I'm a little worried he might replicate that performance here today, but I think Corey Kluber is just a better pitcher than what he's shown so far. Kind of some shit luck losses, unfortunate for him. But shut down Minnesota last year. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run there, 6 Ks, no walks. I think the offense can get going on Joe Ryan a little bit. The wind's blowing out. So give me the Red Sox full game money line here. Plus 116 is what I got it at. Dabby Cab. I'll be interested to see what you have to say about this. On my last note on this, real quick, Joe Ryan home road splits 3.04 home ERA, road 4.42, 4.22 I should say. I said that last time as well. And both teams not hitting the best. And the thing that anchored me or really made me like give me that last push to make that bet, Correa and Buxton both are horrible against Corey Kluber. Correa has like 24 at bats and like 13 strikeouts. So Corey Kluber, hoping for the best from you today, but I know I'm going when I'm down in my most units I've ever been. I go back to the team that I've lost the most units on, so makes a whole lot of sense. But Red Sox full game money line for me. What do you think, Cap?
I just, kind of like I told you, it was past the time for sale. Kluber just hasn't been the same since the injuries, bro. Like, I don't know, these last 4 or 5 years for him have just been extremely underwhelming. 0-3 start this year with the 6.92 ERA. I just don't see it here. Joe Ryan, what he's done, obviously the ERA is impressive, but the 26 strikeouts to go along with only 3 walks, 0.63 whip, just incredible. I passed on this game just because I don't know, something about it feels kind of like a Boston spot, but that's just my gut talking. Like the pitcher is on Minnesota's side. I think the bats are on Minnesota's side. I think this is a twin spot here. But I'll root for you since I don't have any money on it.
Yeah, I would really appreciate a bucket here. It would be really great. Especially a nice bucket on my favorite team would be good. It was a little frustrating yesterday. I was on the first 5 over 4.5. And then Chris Sale obviously brings his best start he's had in a really long time. So that was a little annoying. But shout out to Chris Sale. I have to go watch the start again because I was at a college baseball game last night, Cap.
Yeah, how'd that go?
UTSA Texas State, we lost, but we have plausible deniability of why we lost. We had a 2-run home run called back because the umpires are blind, obviously.
What do you mean called back? Like it was a foul ball?
Allegedly. And we lost 5-2. So or 5-3, excuse me. But yeah, so that's how it works. Shout out to UTSA Texas State.
I don't think it was like allegedly a foul ball. If they called it a foul ball, I think it is.
No, I think we can use the word allegedly because we all know how umpires.
No, that's like if you get convicted of a crime, but you're like, oh, allegedly. It's like, no, motherfucker, like you're guilty. Like,
so you're gonna endorse college umpires?
I'm just saying the call was the call.
You're gonna stamp it. You're gonna say
college the call was the call, bro. It's not alleged anymore.
No, it's alleged. I'm gonna say alleged. Okay. So shout out to UTSA. Fun game. Yankees, Angels, and the aforementioned Johnny Brito on the bump after him getting his destroyed, just tits ripped, every adjective you could use, just dominated against. Who was it again? It was the Minnesota Twins, right? 2/3 of innings pitched, didn't do anything good. I expect to bounce back, obviously, but he made me sick. Betting the Yankees made me sick. And Griffin Canning, shout out to, I believe it was Wine Time. Who was it? Was it Wine Time? Man, I forgot who was at the Angels game. Sorry for forgetting. I'm just obviously a stoner. But he was at the Angels game when Griffin Canning pitched, got a nice, easy under casher. So maybe, Washington Nationals aren't the best opponent to gauge Griffin Canning on. Maybe he gets hit up here, but this was another easy pass game for me on the 2 or the 4 slates. 4 games here, unfortunately. I had 2 easy passes and then 2 games that I actually played.
Yeah, so I've only got 1 bet, but like I said, I've kept the volume low. We've had 5 episodes now, I think 4, 2, and 1. And I don't always throw a ton of bets out there. This is another game. I lean Yankees here. But man, you look at what the Yankees have been doing. Shit, 3 of their last 4 games, they've only scored 2 runs. And that 1 game, they kind of broke out a little bit, I guess you can say, putting up 6 against the Twins 3 games ago. And the other game, only 3 runs. This team's just struggling to put up runs here, struggling at the plate. And I think this is a spot where they're going to see a below average bullpen for most of the game. So maybe I can kind of see it as a get right spot for the Yankees offense. It's just not something I'm going to bet here, but I think we could see a little bit of an explosion out of that offensive side in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate an over in this game. I wouldn't hate it at all. Shout out to Professor Chris joining us, throwing his model numbers in there as well. Jacqueline also in the chat as well. Shout out to you, Jacqueline. I think she likes the Yankees as well, or sorry, the Red Sox earlier. So shout out to you. Hope we cash. It's your boy has 30 units on Los Yankees as well. So might be a Yankees Red Sox kind of day, huh? We'll see. We'll see what it happens here. I thought it was an easy pass game, but I'm not gonna add any more bets because I'm as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice your life. All right, Blue Jays Astros next game. Who sings that? I have no idea. Jose Barrios versus Luis Garcia on the bump here, and shockingly enough, I've backed my least favorite pitcher in baseball in Jose Barrios here. I'm on Blue Jays first five money line. I got it at minus 115 earlier today. I just think Barrios has a pretty decent track record against the Astros. Has pitched once against them. I didn't even write down what years it were, but he's pitched once against them in the last like 3 years, every year once. And he pitched well, shockingly enough. He gives up like 2 earned runs, but for Jose Barrios, 2 earned runs is pretty acceptable because he's liable to give you 8. And obviously, I'm concerned that he's on the road here, pitches a lot better at home. But Luis Garcia has not pitched well either. I don't think we can back him until he figures out his mechanical things. Also, one of my favorite pitchers, and I said earlier today, maybe he might end up going to the bullpen. Might be just a long bullpen guy that's really good for your teams. But we'll see how it rocks here. I'm on the Blue Jays first five money line. I'm also on the full game over. Maybe as insurance, I don't know. But if Barrios does in fact get touched up here, at least I'll have the over in that fact as well. And I do think the Blue Jays can win a slugfest against the Astros as well because obviously the Astros lineup is not that good right now. So full game over, Blue Jays first five. What do you think, Cap?
I think you hit it on the head with Garcia. He's struggling with his mechanics, with the rule changes and everything in the clock. He's just been struggling really to find that delivery. I'm not getting behind somebody struggling to find a delivery is not something that I would ever rush to the windows with. And Barrios had his best start of the season, last game. So I could see this. I understand why you're looking at the Blue Jays here. My bet is in this game, and I don't usually do props, but it is what it is, man. I got Alvarez over 1.5 bases at plus 105. Barrios, I've manifested it. I can see it. He's gonna fuck up. Okay, he's gonna hang a slider. He's gonna throw a changeup. He's gonna leave something up. He's gonna throw off speed up, and Alvarez is gonna just turn on it and shit on the ball. I've manifested it. It's gonna hit 1.5 bases with Alvarez.
That's funny. You sound like our mutual friend, Dabby Cab, right there with your manifesting. I'm gonna look up real quick. Our guy Jordan only 1 for 6, but only 6 plate appearances, and that one hit obviously a home run there, 2 strikeouts. Shout out to Jose Abreu as well, another guy that has a lot of plate appearances against him, almost hitting 300, 3 home runs, 16 strikeouts in 60 plate appearances. So another guy you might be looking at props. So that's funny. That's funny. So you're on a prop. How many props you bet a year? I never see you on props. That's pretty shocking, except if it's Jordan Clarkson threes or whatever.
I just bet them when I feel like it. So not very often. This is the first one this year. I had Bobby Witt. I had his prop, some prop with him in the first game last year. I cashed that. I think that might have been the only one I even bet.
That's hilarious. I just bet him when I feel like it. Well, that's good. Hey, Cab, I shout out to you. I thought about betting props today as well because I'm like, man, I'm just so shit at picking sides and totals right now. What if I just start betting props? But no, we push on. We push on. I'm not venturing into props.
It's a very long season, man. There's going to be huge runs both ways. You just got to remember that.
Yes, there is. And by the way, I think I entered. I totally entered my record wrong. I'm not 27 units down. I'm only 23 units down. So look at that, guys. See, you have to find the positivity in it.
There you go.
There you go. Goodness. It's going to be a long season, like you said, Dabby Cab. So I'm excited to do this and see how it goes. It's going to be a dramatic climb. I've done it before. Shout out to the mustache bets and all that stuff. So it'll be fun. Dabby, when's the next time you're going to be on the Pub Sports Radio airwaves? Because obviously
tomorrow, and we talked about it.
We have tomorrow's playback, obviously, but when else are you going to be on? Because our playback is going to be lovely, and then you'll be on with me on Saturday.
Yep, Saturday, and then Friday night with Razor. We'll be doing the live stream, live betting. We'll do, we'll have the playoff games on and baseball, of course.
Ugh, the playoff games, basketball. Yeah, I've been told that a Celtics Lakers finals might be on the horizon, and my antennas have pointed up, and I'm already prepared to start hating on all the Lakers. My arch emesis LeBron. I've already got my Kobe quips ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready, Cap. It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
If people thought my Warriors nonsense last year was bad, buddy, wait until I start getting into LeBron and the Lakers. I can't stand those guys. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Cap, by the way, congratulations on not being washed up.
You're talking about throwing, right?
Yeah. Well,
I'm
yeah.
just ready for you guys to pick up a bat, man. I'm tired of talking about it. You don't live
How
far
hard are
enough
we
away.
throwing, Cap?
I can still throw 90. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
not very hard for me.
Is that a consistent 90? We touch a 90 every time?
87 to 90, pretty consistent.
Yeah, there's just no way I touch that shit. I was, in my head, I was thinking this. I was like, man, I could just be Luis Ariz against Cap. Just throw my barrel at it, and then wherever it
My
goes,
son was working yesterday too, so
yeah, no, I'm not. If you throw me off speed, I'll get to your off speed. Just don't, if you throw me 3 straight fastballs, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't have any chance. It'd be hilarious. But if you throw me any kind of off speed, buddy, I got you. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But you have a ping pong tournament to train for too.
we're gonna have a tournament.
Oh yeah. Next Pubblepalooza. The ping pong tournament's gonna happen.
Good. Good. Are you gonna play?
Of course, yeah. I have. I usually have to be in everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna be in it, and I've got a bunch of free time now that I'm single, so I'm just like Forrest Gump, just playing by myself, just ready to go because obviously I have a ping pong table.
You're not. You can't get a hit off me, and you don't play ping pong like Forrest Gump.
I disagree. I disagree on both of those statements. Thanks everyone again for watching. Professor Chris, Rick J, Real Deal Prime, Christopher Commentini. By the way, saying 90 miles an hour is legit. Yeah. I mean, I can cap, throw a little bit. Throw a little bit. Andrew G, Professor Chris, Rick J, all you guys, Rocco Rogers, Jacqueline in here for a little bit. Ganyang is your boy. Brian Watson, everyone, we appreciate you guys for watching. Mike M, thank you for jumping in here. We appreciate it, my man. Go watch the replay of the show if you did miss it. It was a quick little 4-game cap. I've got 3 plays on there. You can hear my explanation on them, but I'm on Red Sox money line, full game plus 116. Blue Jays first 5 money line minus 115. And the full game over in that game, over 9 minus 103. And Cab only had one bet, which was a Yordan prop over 1.5 bases.
Yeah, plus 105.
Over 1.5 bases for Yordan Alvarez. By the way, a little note to end this show. I forgot to mention for the Astros game, I thought Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez were not going to play this game. And they're both in the lineups confirmed. And I was like, oh, fuck me. So that definitely does concern me for my first 5 bet, obviously. But we ride on, Cap. We ride on because taking a ball to the kneecap does not mean anything to Kyle Tucker. We appreciate you guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll be back not tomorrow because Thursday's day off of Say Hey plays. We'll be on with Jimmy the Bag breaking down the entire card. Till then, say hey. We'll see you guys next time.